In this video, we're going to be demoing the snapshot report that sales agents can automatically run directly through their Sales and Success Center dashboard. This is a very useful tool. This is a great tool to use in order to start a conversation with a customer about digital services, break the ice, very informative. And as well as when sales agents are pitching, it kind of gives you that additional ammo that you need in order to show a lot more credibility that you've done your homework, that it's not just you saying things, that there is actual data backing up your recommendations. And that's what we're going to be walking through right now. It is the most fundamental report that is used in digital advertising, especially through our system, in order to start that whole prospective solution or that sales process with your prospect. So what you're seeing on my screen right now is the snapshot report as we've created. So right away, the first thing that we're going to see is that in the left-hand side, there's going to be a little bit of a menu. Now this menu is actually clickable, and it does scroll me through the report on the right-hand side. So I'm just going to bring myself to the top. So feel free to click any of this. As a sales agent, you do have the opportunity to automatically disable any one of these sections should you not want to showcase that information to your customer. So if they're already doing social services with you or SEO services with you and you don't want to show that data, go ahead and on your version, you're going to find little checkboxes that you can uncheck so you can hide that information. Or maybe, you know what, for whatever reason, we're unable to pull in information, so the section is just a blank for sake of argument, then you can also disable that information. That's usually why sales agents customize it. They want to make sure that they're customizing the information that's presented in order to cater around their pitch. So all that flexibility is there for you. Now, on the right-hand side, it's going to start automatically with an overview, and this is what the customer is going to see. So when you share this, this is what they're actually going to open up. Now you do have options of printing this and manually sending them in PDF, or hand out a printout to them directly. But if you do send them digitally, this is what they're going to see. It's going to open it up in their browser, and the first thing that they're going to see is a little bit of a message that comes up at the very top saying, dominate your local market, call us at, etc. Now this phone number will be automatically pre-populated with the sales agent information. Now in the bottom left, in this report, the sales agent here is someone from our team, Ashutosh, and he's got his title here, his phone number, his email address. All his information is available for the customer as they're going through, and this information is also embedded into the report for you as a call to action. So that phone number here is the same thing that's on Ashutosh's profile, so that way when we send out the snapshot report, it integrates all of that into the call to actions. Right at the very top, this is just an overview of the business. This is one that we did for Tree of Life Acupuncture, which is located in New York, New York, zip code 10003. So basic information. Some of the pictures I was able to pull directly from their Google Places listing, and underneath it, this is going to be the main area. This is going to be the primary focus of this report, is their overall score. So this client has a score out of 63 out of 100. It's not bad. But as you can see, we have the letter grade. So for their local listings, they have a B, reviews a C, social media looks like they can definitely improve with a D. Their website has a B, advertising has C. Anything that's less than a B will be marked in this orange color. If it's an F, it will be in red, but otherwise you're going to see A's and B's and greens. Those are the ones where you kind of want a business to be in. So let's start going through this report. But the score is something that you definitely want to highlight if you are presenting this to a customer face-to-face. It's that first attention point to a customer in realizing that there is room for improvement. And then as you go through each section, you're going to walk them through where are those rooms for improvement and show them the solutions that you have available to you in order to close that gaps for them. So that's the main purpose of the snapshot report, is to use this as a sales tool to identify to a customer that there's more work that needs to be done, We have those solutions for you. Let's bring you on and let's fix these things so you have a strong presence online. So this customer, you're going to see that in the listing section, they have a B. Right away, you're going to see a little video on here. This is actually clickable. And a customer can actually, this is completely white labeled, so they can watch a review of why listings are important for their business. So they definitely want to read the information as well. Listings presence. So for this business, we found 57 listings out of 87 available listing sites. So there's about 30 there that they're not really being listed on. Right here we can see your number of listings on Google. So they have one listing on Google, one on Facebook, one on Twitter. Not really much on the social sites. You can click on this to view an example. The beauty of this report, the snapshot report, is that you can also compare yourself with other people in your industry as well. So 84% of people in this industry do have a Google presence. Almost 50% have a Facebook page, about 13% have Twitter. So you can kind of compare yourself to see what else other people in the industry are doing as well. Here's the listing accuracy. So this business has a 77% accuracy, which means room for improvement. The industry average is actually 47%. So 47% of businesses in this client's industry actually have accurate listings. They have about 77%. So they're definitely a little bit higher than normal. Definitely higher than the average, but they still have 23% of inaccurate listings. So for example, missing phone number. Twitter has a missing phone number, incorrect address on 5 listings. Here's a couple of examples. This one's on yp.com. They have a missing address on Twitter, but they do have it in 10 different locations. What you're seeing on the right hand side is not all 10, or if there's 10 on Twitter, but it's just an example. Incorrect website. So here it's got the wrong website URL on yellowpagecity.com. 14 directories have missing website URLs. An example would be yp.com. So this is very important information because directories are responsible for driving a ton of traffic to small business websites every single day. I believe the stat right now is over 100 million visitors in North America are directed through websites directly through these directory listings. So they are a very big primary resource of traffic. And if you have incorrect information, it's only going to affect the quality of the leads that you get, and even the number of leads that you get. So you definitely want to make sure that you have accurate information across the web. And this product right here is to showcase the presence of why, if you are a local business, having accurate and as many directories as possible, having your information is very critical to ensure that you have that local presence. And even with SEO, it is one of the absolute factors that are being looked in. How much of a local presence do you have if you are a local business? So if you have a poor grade on this, this is going to be one of the primary things that you're definitely going to want to take advantage of. As a customer goes through this, you're going to see little call to actions as well. So it's automatically embedded. Here's Ash's picture. It's got, do you want to protect and maintain your listings, etc. Get in touch. So we have call to actions already embedded in each area of this report. So as a customer goes through this and realizes, yeah, I do need to, so let me get in touch. They click on this, it's automatically going to open up a form. They're just going to fill in their information, click on send, and what that's going to do is it's automatically going to email Asher saying that this person wants to talk about the report. Go get them. And it's going to be in your Sales and Success Center. It's going to be at the top of your list because it's going to be the most engaged or the most recently engaged business with the products that you've sent out to them. In this case, a snapshot report. So it's going to be a very hot lead for you, and our system is going to do all of that for you. So this tool is really built and meant to create that engagement with your customers, not just send them a report and leave them. We want to create that interaction piece. And that's why we kind of made this very personal by attaching your information and yourself throughout the report. The next section is the review section. So this client, let's see, they have a C because 42 reviews have been found. Now, the industry average is about 15 reviews, and the industry leaders have almost 500 reviews. So this client is better than industry average, but nowhere close to being an industry leader. So they definitely have some opportunity for growth in the review section. The reviews found per month is about 1.5 on average per month. So it's not bad, but definitely could improve that if they needed to. I mean, I'm sure they deal with a lot more than just an average of 1.5 customers per month. So there's got to be more than at least a couple of happy customers. So this client, even though they're getting some reviews, they're probably not really taking advantage of their review acquisition model to really boost up their presence and get a lot of to really boost up their presence with regards to the number of reviews they have. Because the more positive reviews you have online, the more inclined a prospect is going to want to deal with you. So that's going to be a very important piece for a local business. Their average review score is about 4.67 out of 5, which is better than the industry average, but the industry leaders have a 5. So not bad. I mean, this score, even though it's a 4.67, gives them a C because it kind of gives you a comparison between the industry average and the industry leaders. So definitely some room for improvement. I mean, there's 42. So as you get higher and higher, even though 4.67 might stand really well, let's say for example, you have 700 reviews, 4.67 and 4.75 may not seem too much of a difference, but that is quite a few number of reviews that might have a lower score. So take this into account when you're really looking at it as the number of reviews you have when you're looking at the average review score, etc. The next section here is going to be social. So once again, the most valuable piece here is not just listing the information. You want to showcase them how they're doing compared to everybody else, because this is what helps sell, right? They want to know not only how do I appear online, but am I doing well? Am I not doing well? And these are the type of metrics customers are seeing. So if I was in front of Tree of Life Acupuncture right now, I'll say, Mr. Customer, our system, as you can see right now, we've did a little bit of analysis. You have a C for a number of likes on your Facebook page. Why? Because you're just industry average. You're nowhere near industry leaders. You don't want to be in business just as an average business. You want to shine. You want to be the best. I know you say the service is the best, and we want to make sure that that information is out there. So we need to improve the number of likes. We need to improve your social presence. As you can see here, you're well behind compared to the leaders. You don't have to be the top leader in your industry, but we want to get you closer and closer there. So here's our services. And that's the real pitch behind this snapshot report, is to show them where they are, compare them, show that room for improvement. So I'm going to keep scrolling in, and as I mentioned, every section is going to have another call to action, another opportunity for a customer to want to engage with you. The website scan looks at a few different factors. You can watch the video here as well. If you are in front of a customer, some of the things that I might recommend that you do is watch these videos together, go through this report together with the customer, but obviously don't, view the report for the first time while you're in front of the customer. While you're there, you want to make sure that you've at least viewed it, researched the stats, and you're presenting it the way you want to. But it's always amazing to have a salesperson in front of a prospect and walk them through this report, because that learning curve, that interactiveness is what helps you get them to sign on the dotted line a lot quicker. Now, this report obviously wasn't just meant for you to be in front of the customer. This was also meant for you to send out to the client. So if they don't have a lot of time to really meet with you during the daytime, maybe they're going to view this in the evening time or on the weekends. That's why we have all these call to actions and your information as a sales agent plastered all over this, because we want to push, just like a landing page, we want this to be a landing page for your prospect to want to talk more about digital services with you. So once again, this section is all about the website. They have a score of C for mobile. For speed, they have one critical thing that they definitely should fix, that they have render blocking JavaScript and CSS in above the fold. So these are basically best practices that were pulled directly from Google's Page Speed Insights. that are recommended in order for you to ensure that users have a great user experience and you're maintaining as much speed as possible for them, because you don't want to have a slow site for a customer. One considering fixing, they should probably leverage browser caching. Once again, this is related to speed. If you're not leveraging browser caching, then you're going to have a little bit slower website. So it's kind of now the norm to recommend that. And as you click more, you're going to see more and more information. So this is all actual information you can show your customer that that our software has gone in and scanned your website and provided information on some of the things that you can do. So here's your desktop score. You had a C for mobile, probably because of the speed issues. For desktop here, once again, same type of things that they have as well, browser caching. So everything here that I'm seeing that they're kind of really needing improvement on is realistically the speed optimization on their website. The reason why both their desktop and mobile have the same errors, but B is given to a desktop and C is given to mobile, is because on desktop you're probably on high-speed internet. So these things may make a relatively small improvement for speed, but when you're on mobile and you're using data to open up your page, all those speed fixes make a bigger impact on mobile. That's why they have a lower score on mobile here for C and a little bit better score for B, because it's much more relevant and more important for mobile than it is for desktop. And nowadays, 1/3 to almost 50% of all the traffic coming to a business website is on mobile. So if your website is slow, that's going to affect user experience. And think about, let's say, several people on at your website all at the same time. And if you have a slow server, slow website, it's going to get slower and slower as you get multiple people all accessing that information all at the same time. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a speedy website to maintain that user experience, because it could cost you leads, it could cost you business. So once again, as you scroll down, it's going to give you a little bit more of an overview on their website. So homepage size here is almost 2 megs, the industry average. So once again, that comparison between yourself versus other people in the industry. This person does not have a video on the homepage. Videos are very helpful nowadays in order to introduce the business, and instead of having a customer read through pages and pages, it really does kind of give you that quicker overview. That's why TV advertising has always worked in the past as well, and it was very important for branding. Same thing, if you were to add that video to your website, it's going to help you sell as well. So here's just a recommendation that you're losing out on conversions because by not having a video, you're kind of making the customer have to find more information, and that video definitely helps convert a little bit more. Advertising. So most of the time, if you're a Canadian business, you may not have this information available, but for US businesses, this information, there is a lot more. Now, we do pull in information from third-party resources on this type of information as well. So we are going to be limited to whatever types of data that are available. So you will find that a good portion of your businesses will have the advertising section populated with data, and some of your clients will not have this information. So just bear in mind, and if you ever see that your business just doesn't have that information, that's totally fine. Maybe they're just in a region, or they don't do as much advertising already to have that data available through third-party resources. You can always disable the advertising before you send the report to the customer. So let's review this one for Tree of Life Acupuncture. Let's see here. So 15,470 possible impressions based on the type of traffic that's available for this business on Google, which means that they can get a possible of almost over 300 clicks a month to their website. So this is very valuable data. This kind of shows you the amount of opportunity there is on advertising. And the next section here is this client has obviously ran some campaigns, so was able to pull some of the information available on how many times this business has showcased when it came to paid advertisement. So New York's acupuncturecenter.com showed up on 36 keywords that this tool has kind of scanned and found that you were actually showing up on. the amount of clicks that they're estimating that you probably received, and the type of budget that you're probably spending as well. And also here, you're going to see other businesses here as well, and how many times they appear. So you can kind of compare yourself as well with regards to how well you're advertising online. So UnovaCenter.com, they have 324. So I mean, this person probably has a ton of keywords showing up right now. So estimated 324 keywords that this person has showed up on. They're estimating almost 700 clicks and probably the same amount of budget. So this is very valuable data to kind of showcase to me as a sales agent that, that there's a lot of opportunity here, is that competitors are spending a lot of money advertising online. If Tree of Life Acupuncture is not spending the money advertising online, they're behind all these guys. So this is going to be very important information. Advertising is going to be critical if this business wants to drive leads. Retargeting, it wasn't able to really find any sort of retargeting information, so that's why this section is blank, so we're going to ignore this one. SEO, this client has received an A, so actually very well done for this business. They are showing up quite a bit, and it also, this section over here for SEO, not only does it compare you to other businesses as well, it kind of measures how much traffic they probably have compared to you do, and even provides a value. Now, if you hover over any one of these columns, if after this video, as you're going through the snapshot reports, you forget about what these individual things mean, you can always hover over this so you can see that value means the estimated value you and your competitors are getting from all your organic keywords. So it kind of puts a dollar value to your SEO traffic that you're bringing in, just to kind of as a general insight more than anything else. Your organic keyword rankings, so any sort of keywords I was able to find that you are ranked on. So for example, acupuncture for fertility, NYC, this is not somewhat competitive keyword. That's what this one means over here. You were ranked 5 on it. There's about 480 local searches for that, 480 global searches for that. So you were ranked number 5. So it kind of gives me a very rough overview of the organic keyword rankings for some of the terms. So obviously this person is really showing up on nothing but acupuncture. And that makes sense. I mean, they are, of course, an acupuncture clinic. But as you can see, there is room for improvement. We have rank 33. We have rank 16, rank 12, rank 10. This one's good. But we want to make sure that ideally, we want to make sure that everybody's on that first page, because 97% of the people don't go past the first page. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm reviewing with this customer, sure, they're ranking on these, but these are all completely irrelevant because they probably have very low exposure. And once again, at the end, we have that message again, dominate your local market. Once again, it kind of gives that closing statement for the customer to get started. If they click on this, once again, that form's going to pop up. And you can also call us at 1-888, whatever your business phone number is, and to get to you. So that's kind of the snapshot report. Very comprehensive, very detailed, has a ton of information. How you use that is totally up to you as a sales agent. Feel free to customize it, but this is a very valuable report. We do have drip email campaigns you can opt people into. So in the other video with the Sales and Success Center, we do kind of show you how to opt people in. You can automatically have this sent on a predefined email schedule to customers to kind of introduce this to your prospects. I think it gets sent out day 2, day 5, day 9, on a predefined schedule. You can preview that when you go into your campaigns. And what it's really meant for is that if you're having difficulty getting that conversation started with your customer, you can opt them into a drip email campaign, and the system will do that conversation for you. And the whole point of having the system do it is that it's going to do the follow-ups, it's going to send it to them, and as a customer gets interested in it, the whole idea is to automate that lead generation process for you. That's what those drip email campaigns are. Focus on closing, allow the system to help you do the prospecting. Now, for US customers, not only are you going to be able to run snapshot reports, you can actually also see a listing scan as well. So this information is also only available for US businesses. But if you wanted to show a little bit more detail in terms of the local presence and the accuracy of information, we do have products to ensure that we fix their accuracy and sync all their data. So this is a fantastic report to send out to your prospects and show them that look at all these errors. So once again, this is Tree of Life Acupuncture. This is their information that we basically have from their Google My Business listing. And as you can see, there are several errors. So on local.com, their business name is off. Their address is different. 32 Union Square, there it's listed as 200 Park Avenue. Let's see, on Opendi, once again, the name is off, address is off. Maybe this business used to have a different name and moved over to a new location with a different name, perhaps because they do have the same phone number. Maybe there was a few areas where they forgot, to update. My local services, there's no data whatsoever. Local stack, once again. So this report will show you all the different areas where this person has irrelevant information, and by not having information and have misleading information or inaccurate information, they're only going to limit the amount of business that they could potentially get through these directories. These directories are spending a ton of time and money advertising themselves, and if you don't have your information properly synced with it, then you're only affecting the amount of traffic you have as well as your SEO as well. Because NAP syndication is starting to become one of those things that, NAP syndication is one of those things that Google is starting to look at for your SEO as well. So very critical. This is a fantastic report. So not only do you have the snapshot report, you also have the listing scan as well. And once again, your information is here and the call to action is available here as well. So if a customer says, hey, you know what, I do want to fix my score, once again, form pops up, sends the information. Our system will automatically email you right away, letting you know that this prospect wants to talk, and that's your cue to go in and sell them the products to help them close this area for them. So this is the overview of the listing scan and the snapshot report. If you have any questions at all, if you ever run one of these reports and want some assistance viewing this report, maybe perhaps you have a prospect that's really interested, but wants some help walking through this, we'd be more than happy to jump on a call with you and your prospect, white label that call directly, and help you close that business as well. So that's part of our complimentary sales support. All that sales support is available to you. Feel free to reach out to us and use that. We encourage you. And if you have any other questions, like I said, reach out to us at any time.